Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. Today we're going to be doing a day trade session. So this is going to be a new service on the Discord, but for the first 2 weeks it's going to be a free trial. So if you're interested, make sure to hop in the trade talk room every morning for about 2 weeks, and then it will go behind a price wall. So if you find value in it, maybe you'll want to join that new tier, or at least you can understand my trade setup and you can do it yourself alone. Okay, so let's take a look at this SOL chart. So I'm going to be focusing on SOL USDT, and anyone who's currently in the trade talk room, feel free to chime in whenever you want, but I'm going to be mainly focusing on trading SOL. First, let's start with how I'm going to set this up. So as you can see, this is completely naked chart of SOL USDT. This is the Bybit perpetual chart, and I made a whole new Bybit account, mainly just to see how much we can grow it. It's going to be a small account. I think I put in, what, $500? Yeah, so the people in the trade talk room might not be able to see this, but you'll be able to see this on the recording of a $500 Bybit account. So we'll see how much this may grow with this trading strategy, or how much we may lose. Okay, you gotta keep that in mind. Nothing's perfect. So firstly, always first, I always do the pivot indicator. So pivots high low. There's going to be a very important indicator in this setup, and everything I use for this trade setup, this day trading scalping setup, is completely free. Okay, you can do this on a basic TradingView account. You don't need to be paying for the service at all. And I really wanted to show you that this is possible, because as you know, a lot of people think you need to spend money to make money. There are ways to do this without doing that. All right, so the pivot indicator, obviously, as you've seen in my other videos, helps you see where you're going to see pivots high and low, but also gives you a good visual representation of where you'll see, good amounts of support and resistance, and maybe other trend lines that you might have missed. Next is the VWAP. So VWAP, I believe the VWAP is free. It used to be a paid indicator, or rather I should say, it used to be behind a price wall on TradingView, but they made it free. So this is a great indicator. All it does, it's just the value of the volume weighted average price. So where the most volume of a price was traded at a specific time. Okay, so the way I use it is I just mainly focus on the VWAP. The upper and lower bands are deviations. That's not what I focus on. They work fine, but for the way I'm going to be trading, I don't find it necessary for us. So we're just going to have the VWAP, and we're going to make sure it's very prominent for us to see. So let's actually make this a orange as well. Okay. All right. And then there's one more thing we're going to do, but before we do that, we have to do something first. So we're going to go on the settings tab here. So chart settings. And you want to do session breaks. So session breaks is just showing you when the new day starts and the last day ended. So this is when the last day ended, trading day ended, and this was yesterday's trading day, and now we're in the start. The reason why you want this, I'm going to show you a workaround to apply a tool that is behind a price wall currently. You can do it for free. Okay, so here we go. Pretty much you want to go where you see the long short positions, go all the way to the bottom, and you'll see fixed range volume profile. Okay, so what this is, it's actually a session volume profile. This is actually behind a price wall in TradingView, but you can actually get around that by drawing it out like this. So you go to the session break line, you pull it out, and what it'll do, it'll give you the volume by price for the session. The only thing you need to remember to do is extend it out as new candles print, right? So if you're trading on the 5-minute, you don't have to do every 5 minutes, but you want to do, every 2-3 candles, extend this out, and then it'll update with, making sure your volume profile is current for the day. All right, so there's a bit of a workaround on how to get this tool, this indicator, without paying for it. Okay, and before all that, most importantly, so the way I like to start mapping out an actual structure when I'm scalping or day trading, I want to get the hourly resistances and supports on the chart. So here we go. We'll just go by the pivot levels. So for SOL, top here, and then we'll do another. So you're just going to see me just kind of plop these down, and then we're going to use these to look for confluence around the session volume, VWAP, and such. And then I'll go further into what I look to initiate trades and exit trades with. Hold on. Okay. So that's enough. You can only, I would suggest just going back maybe 3-4 sessions if you see like any pivots that are kind of somewhat relevant. Okay. All the way down here, maybe not so, at least not right now. And I guess maybe we could add one more here. Let's see. Where's this at right now? So actually, this is actually more relevant. Okay. All right. So I think that's enough for the current, hourly levels we want to make sure we keep our eye on. And now the 5 minutes. So let's take a quick look at the 5 minutes, see what we're looking at. As you can see, this was a crazy candle in Solana. Absolutely nuts. Wow. Okay. All right. So this is the next thing I like to do. So now I'm going to be mainly focusing on the 5 minute. We have the hourly levels that we'll look to target. We do have some volume nodes here that are going to be interesting that may give us opportunities to enter positions. We'll see. We might want to give this a little bit more time to mature out, so we might give it a little bit more time. But next, I like to start drawing trend lines via the pivots, and I do like the color code. So the hourly, rays are thick black, and then the shorter term trend lines are going to be like a thin blue line. It just helps differentiate what I'm looking at. So as you can see, we did have a bit of a trend breakdown from this rising trend line. So if we were up, maybe we would have taken a position here, maybe not. Right now there's not much to do. We want to give this time as it comes back towards this hourly support line, and that also coincides with this extended node here. So there's a lot of trading volume here compared to other nodes. And as you can see, this red line here is the POC, so that's the point of control. So it's pretty much where the average volume per price is right around here. Okay, it doesn't mean it's going to get there, but it does mean that there is a lot of activity here. So we want to give this time. And yeah, so this is essentially the trade setup. Right now, we can't really do anything. So if you are, following live or you're just watching the recording, there may be times where there's a lot of trades around, and there may be times where there's no trades around. So we just have to kind of be patient about it. Let's see here. Okay, with that pivot, all right. So on this pivot to pivot, you're actually seeing it kind of battle at this level. So that's pretty interesting. Let's extend that out here. Okay. And what's interesting about this is we are in what I see as a rising structure. So we do want to have a bit of a bias going to the downside, as we have been just declining. So whenever you're in a declining sort of structure, or I should say a cycle here, and you start seeing rising structures within it, that's kind of your indication that short positions will probably be more profitable for you going forward. So that's what I'm going to be looking to eye right now. The volume profile, so the way you read these volume profiles, you can read them by level. So as the nodes extend out, that means the more likely that you're going to see some sort of interaction, be it a rejection or support level, resistance or support level, and also like a consolidation level where it just ranges out. But you can also get an idea of what kind of market you're in based off the shape of the volume profile. So the idea is when the value area, which is this highlighted area, you'll see the not highlighted area kind of grayed out here, is in this sort of kind of, think of like a cup or a lowercase n kind of structure. That's usually a balanced structure. So what you want to do in that case is long the bottoms, short the tops. If you see something like a I don't know, like a P, like that, it's more likely going to be a bullish market. So you want to look to buy the bottoms and then just keep it open. And then vice versa, if you see a lowercase b, you want to look to short the tops and keep it open as it goes down. That's the thesis behind the shapes of the volume profiles. I don't really trade them that way, but they do tend to kind of play out that way at times. Okay. Let me just see what's going on here. And if anyone has any questions or just wants to talk, feel free. Because I'm sure we might just be sitting here for a little bit. Which is, that's how day trading is at times, where you do nothing. I do like that price is sitting on VWAP. So that's not a bad sign. What this kind of indicates to me though, when you see VWAP like this and prices kind of going up and through, under, kind of just fighting around it, it does indicate that we are in a somewhat of a range. But in this sort of rising structure, it makes me feel as we're in like a consolidation of some sort, and it does give me a bearish signal, and I would be looking to see this wick that came down to be filled quite a bit. Actually, whether it gets fully filled, I'm not sure. I'm getting tempted to go short here though. If I do go short, my general target will be the value area low. So that's these teal lines. So the teal line, this one here on the bottom is value area low, and the top one is value area top. And I'm tempted. I just want to see a little bit more. I would like for it to get towards this hourly level here at 43,780, and then I may initiate the beginning of a position. So the way I day trade, and since I'm going to be using $500 for this, I'm probably going to break it into two orders. So 250, one order, and then another order, 250. Because normally when I scalp or day trade, if I'm scalping a structure like this, I'll break up the trades. But if I do take a breakout trade, like just breaks a structure or breaks a level, I'll usually just use the balance that I'm okay with, and then just go from there. When it comes to actual like bearish or bullish structures, you kind of want to give it some time, and within that structure, I'll look to put multiple orders to hopefully get a better position. But this is looking like it may break out. We'll see. This is a nuts candle. Let me see this on the hourly real quick. Wow, look at that. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, this candle is kind of indicating that we may see that move back to the hourly level here, but this candle does indicate that this is pretty bearish. Even with this buy up, it killed a ton of longs, but it does indicate that this is pretty bearish. And look, I think we're starting to break through possibly here. Okay. I'm gonna start taking a position. I'm just gonna take half though. So we're gonna do 250. I'm on 10x by the way, so 250, 10x. I'm not sure if Trade Talk can see when I'm switching to the Bybit screen, but if you can't, just know that on the recording you'll be able to see it. And I just market ordered in 43,380. So I still think it's a good chance that we do come back to this hourly level here. And if that happens, then I'll just add on there. Oh wow, that was really delayed. 43,380. Yeah. Okay, and my target level will probably be around here. If it gets really heavy, the selling, then maybe this next hourly level here. I don't really like to put my stop losses or my targets on the book, at least not immediately. Stop losses, sometimes I do, just depends on the context of the trade. In this case, no, since I am going to have an add-on at 43,780. So I'm going to put a limit order there for 250 at 43,780. And that, oops, okay, I misclicked, that's all right. Man, I don't know what just happened. Okay. Is it okay? I don't know. Bybit's kind of fucking around right now, but we're still decent position right now. We'll see how this goes. Why did this change? 43,380. There we go. Okay. Oh, see, let me close that out. Perfect. Okay, so there it goes. Okay. So yeah, the limit order is in, and if it does come up, we'll our average price will probably, I'm doing the math real quick, around 43.5 ish, maybe 43.55 would be the new average price, and then I'll make sure to just observe it. I mean, if it starts breaking the value area high, maybe I'll look to close out in a loss there. We'll see. Yeah. All right. So we're just gonna be sitting here for a little bit, but this is it's a pretty interesting structure. I feel as if this is likely going to break down, but it may have to rise a little bit higher to test this level first, and maybe even higher. It may want to continue higher and still test the top of the structure, but uh, that doesn't seem likely, at least right now. But we'll see. We shall see. Okay. And who we have in here? Crypto Mike, Frompy, and my man Matt. Thank you guys for popping into the room. Hope you're doing well.
G'day, brother. How you going?
Hey, what's up, Mike? I'm good. I'm good. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
chilling.
How are you
All the
doing?
way from Australia, brother.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love hearing stuff like that. Everyone, like, we have so many people all over the world. It's that's the best part of the internet to me. It's incredible how easy people can kind of connect from everywhere. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's mental, hey. Yeah, so it's like 11 p.m. at my time.
Oh man, uh, sorry I'm starting so late
It's
for you.
work. No, it's alright, man. Yeah, I never get to see it, so I could. Yeah, I finished yoga, had a burrito, had a shower, and it was like 10:30. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Well,
it's
you
not.
know, I'll have it recorded. So if you ever want to check it back later, you can. Um, and yeah, no. So, I mean, I always observe your screenshots when you send them in the room. I love your setups. I love the way you trade. So, what do you think of this?
Yeah, man. I think you've taught me so much, and I used to trade a lot more stressful, and I don't do that anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, being able to like add on is super helpful because then you're not worried about the stop loss or anything like that. You're kind of just adding on, going you're like, I think the direction will go there regardless.
Yeah, no, I mean like you said, it does take a huge amount of stress away, and it to me it's probably the one of the key reasons why I have a fairly high win rate, and then can stay even keeled throughout my trading. So I'm happy that you've adopted that.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's definitely helped my win rate as well. Um, yeah, and it got me out of like some just places where I would just got stopped out for sure.
Hmm. And I used to be, I used to be the same way. When I was younger, just trading, just going like 100% into a position, and not really thinking about scaling in. And sometimes like the pros to doing that is when you are right, you can make a lot of money. But when you're wrong, obviously you're losing a lot of money. And then the con to like scaling in, like I do, is well, sometimes when you are right, you'll make less money than you could have, but you also save a ton of money when you're wrong. So that's that is it's like priceless to me.
Yeah, man, exactly. And it's just not worth the stress. Because sometimes
Yeah,
you're like, when it doesn't go well, you're just like,
for
it's
sure.
just so much worse. You're like, I just wasted all this time as well. When you just feel stupid.
No, for sure. The
Um,
stress is the worst.
but yeah, when it's going well, it's going super well. Yeah, I remember there was like one day, I was like super drunk and I was being stupid. Um, and I was like leverage trading Sol, and I turned $1,000 into like 32 grand.
Oh, wow.
Um, super hammered as well. Like, but it was that day when I bought Sol at like 42, and in like 24 hours it went to $200. It was just crazy, and I was just buying and selling like constantly, and then yeah, it was crazy. But I lost most of it anyway. Like a couple days later, because I
Ah.
was like just trading with like 20 grand, which was just stupid. It's like what I would do now is just completely take everything out off and then like move into like spot positions because you're like,
Hmm.
oh, I already made heaps of money.
Yeah, it's when you make the money fast, it's hard to appreciate it for sure. Like that's it's hard to realize that how much money you actually made when you make it really really fast. That's why there's like the old adage, like the lottery winners, at least in the U.S., tend to lose all the money in like a couple years because they just
Yeah,
yeah
yeah, I heard that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because they just don't have any strategies to be like
yeah.
of like knowing what they should be spending over what amount of time, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's tragic, but it's definitely a lesson that a lot like I've learned that lesson actually a couple times. You know, the great thing for you guys if you're in the group, you know, any mistake you think of, I've made it. You know, I've traded for so long, I've done it all. I mean, I've turned $1,000 into actually I never turned into 32 grand. The most I've ever turned $1,000 into was like 15 grand, and then
Well,
yeah, yeah.
with me, it's probably about the same anyway. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
probably about the same.
But I did like and then you know then I scaled up the account, so I won't say I started from $1,000. I just changed, like, you know, my account weight changed over time, and then I eventually did hit the big accounts, like, you know, I had like a $50,000 account, and that ended up being by the
Wow.
end of a year, being at the end of the year almost 300 grand, right? And then I had one year where when I was really young, when I was 20, 23, 24, I got an account all the way up to 100 grand almost, and then I actually lost it all, right? And I didn't just I lost not just the profit, I lost like my deposit because I was an idiot, and I had to get
Yeah,
burned over and
it's
over
an
and over.
awesome, shitty lesson at the time, but
Oh, it
like
was,
awesome.
oh my gosh. I mean, you know, I wasn't suicidal. Thank God I have a, you know, I have a great support system around me. But if I didn't, I'd be worried about myself. That's for sure. It was, I was young, but it happened in a way where I felt like the world ended. So yeah, it was, that was
I
rough,
feel
but it was necessary for me to make the decision if I was going to do this going forward, and if I was going to be serious about it. And I think everyone has that moment in their life, you know, whatever they're doing, whether it's trading or something else, where you know they're gonna have to face the music from their own mistakes, and then they have to make the choice: is it something you want to pursue in spite of the pain, or if you're gonna let it go and try and find something else. And in trading, I've felt it all. So if you ever have any questions about, you know, what not to do, just ask me. I've done it. I know.
like.
Like I.
Yeah, well, there's more. There's a lot of stories I've heard around. Yeah, one of the guys who I thought was one of the best traders that I've seen on Twitter, and
Mhm.
we were pretty like close. We were chatting quite a bit. Um, yeah, I think he got up to like a mil or something like that,
Mhm.
and then he like short squeezed and lost everything.
Ah, damn, man. That's so. It hurts to
Yeah,
hear. It hurts to
but
hear.
also young dude as well. Well, not like young, not like our age, like 30-ish, right? How
Okay.
old are you?
I'm 33. 33.
Yeah,
Thank God.
man. Same shit. Yeah, you're like, Buck is he's just such a talented trader, and then he was just doing like 50x with like.
uh, who was it? I think it was Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's
Yeah,
partner. He said the three things that kill great traders and investors are booze, women, and leverage. And then he said, I was joking about the booze and women, just leverage. Leverage is, I mean,
yeah,
when you can't control the
never.
leverage, man,
Fuck,
jeez.
man.
Yeah, that's why I tell people it's like because like I get a lot. direct messages about the swing trades, um, and like the crypto one specifically, and everyone's like, the few people have asked me like, so what leverage do you use? I'm like, I'm not using any leverage, but some people, if you want, you can't. It's just so difficult to calculate the risk when you're trading the way I do, swing trade wise, because
Mm.
my drawdowns. I mean, you've seen like I've had positions that'll go
Yeah.
down like
Yeah.
20%.
Yeah.
So
You
it's like,
can't. You can't. Yeah, like leverage. If you're 50x trading,
oh yeah.
you've got like you're putting your bet at like $50, and if it goes down to like 49.45, you're liquidated.
Yeah, yeah, I get.
Like,
I'm not a good enough trader for
trading.
that. I
You're
am
like,
not a good
I'll
enough
add it
trader.
46. Yeah, if
I,
it goes down there, fine.
yeah, and that's why, like, I tell people, because a lot of people that are in my group are also in other trading groups, and they see people post, the 50x, like they're up like 400% off of 50x leverage positions, or even more, like 1,000%. I'm like, hey, that's great for them, but they're not posting the liquidations. Because I'm telling you this right now, they've gotten liquidated a bunch of times prior to that trade. So you gotta gotta be very careful not to get infatuated with that, because it's
Yeah, it's a yeah. I see people doing like the 100x stuff, and I'm like, oh, dude.
uh,
The ones I
uh,
know do it, they're only doing it with 12% of their account, so it's pretty unlikely to get liquidated. But
yeah, yeah. I mean, even if you're like, if I was gonna do 100x, it'd be with 1%, and even then though, because I don't have the like I do have confidence I'll be right, but I don't
it's just
know.
that, like,
I don't know.
look at that click on Sol. I
Yeah.
would never do it on Sol, that's for sure, or XRP. You're just
Hmm.
like, you just get crushed regardless of which direction you went.
Yeah. What was the percentage on this? So let's see. The percentage on this whole move essentially. Yeah, that was about
Yeah,
almost
how
five, four and a half
that
percent.
be?
About. Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
would have been.
next we went. What did you say?
That would have been pretty rough. I mean, you couldn't. 50x, you couldn't even survive that. 30. What was it? I think 30x, 40x, you probably couldn't survive that. So yeah, no, I mean, that's it's rough. I mean, that's super super rough. But people want the fast money, and it's hard
Mm.
to it's hard to get it's hard to get people out of that mindset, especially as the world gets more expensive. So I do sympathize, but I tell people that you will make more money, um, being stable and safe. Actually, I'm gonna redraw this real quick. Hold on a sec.
Frumpy.
Hey, what's up, Frumpy? Frumpy, Frumpy. Oh, hello, David. How are you? Thanks for joining.
Uh,
Oh, God.
I'm gay. I'm gay.
More power to you, bro.
No,
Oh, you love.
I think he said I'm gay.
Yeah, that's why I said more power to him.
I thought you thought something else.
No, no. I'm like, hey, if you're gay, good for you. I don't care.
Yeah.
No problem, Lord. I'll have it recorded. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean this is a pretty cool experience. I mean, I never thought I'd be doing this whole Discord group thing. Uh,
Yeah, it's super cool, man. Yeah, thank you so much. I think you've given back to so many people. I think,
oh,
yeah,
no
it's a
problem.
really
No problem. Again, like I've said, like in the past, it's just stuff I'm doing. It's like I'm gonna be doing it either way. Uh, myself. So it's not a big deal. Recording it and putting it out there. Though I will say this what I'm doing now. Uh, it's like I don't normally day trade anymore. I'm more into swing trading. I mean, I can day trade obviously, but so that
But
like
yeah, it
this
just
is a little bit out of
up
my
that
way.
stress, brings up the amount of time you're using and stuff like
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Sort of the other shit.
That's why like I do plan to price this out a little bit more. Oh, it's breaking up. Let's see if it gets to that hourly level. I do plan to price this out a little bit higher than the swing trades, just because this is gonna take time out of my routine. If I plan to do this, like, I want to do it every every weekday, probably an hour to almost 2 hours, depending on the market. Yeah, and some days I might not even have a trade. It just kind of depends on what's happening here. All right, so we're gonna see if we're gonna
Yeah.
break up here to 43,780. Let's see. Okay.
I outcalled it.
Okay. It may get through. It may get through there. Let's see.
Just depends what Bitcoin does, right?
Yeah, Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing right now? Let's just double check. What's my man Bitcoin doing? Yeah, the market's been interesting. I I gotta say, like, I'm pretty bullish, but I do think we're getting possibly pretty close to the end for crypto's mini rally here. I don't know. We'll see. It's the day. Like, I want to give it more time. Specifically Bitcoin. I think the altcoins have a little bit more in them, but Bitcoin has such a fight at 25,000. It got denied pretty handily.
Mm.
But
There's so many people thinking short, so I just think we blow through it.
yeah, no,
Like,
that's I agree. I agree.
money making.
I
Like, it's just everyone in my whole newsfeed is like
bearish.
just like waiting for it to break through the thing, and then there's just that one dude like Dave the Wave guy who's like pretty much always right, and he's like, yeah, nah, it's gonna go up.
I think it's gonna go up too. That's one of the reasons why I'm staying long. It's like because like when I look at the sentiment, because I do measure sentiment on Twitter mainly, and yeah, it's like it's too bearish.
It's so bearish.
But I like it does need to happen. It does need to happen soonish. I do see it coming back down though for a little bit. I do like that it's relatively holding around 24,000. It's dipping under and coming back. So that's a good sign. Let me just pull up the chart real quick and see what I'm looking at here. I don't know what the hell's going on with my speed today. It's like I'm lagging like crazy.
Yeah, I'm mucking around the same places today. Like, if anyone, unless you were like trading on like a 1 minute time frame, and you would have made a lot of money today. But if you were just trading, you would have just gotten wrecked.
Yeah, yeah.
Just being wrecked. So,
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, it could. I mean, 23.5, 23.5, 23.5 is a good zone. Like it's in a decent zone. If it starts losing like 23.5, then I'll start being like, all right. I mean, they're probably gonna come back to 22 ish. But I don't see it getting that low if it wants to keep this going.
yeah, I think under 23, yeah, like you said, that I think just breaks market structure, retests it, and then like we nuke pretty hard.
Yeah, that is right.
And I think everyone thinks that, and that's why I think we just like blow through and liquidate a bunch of shorts.
Just not yet.
I
Let's.
saw I saw one of those big account things like the exchanges were still buying today, so I don't know. I don't
Oh.
know.
Oh, like what on-chain analysis? Like they were still
The
accumulating.
binary, what's it called? The binary, where you can just see the wallets.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah, they'll buy.
I see that posted on my Twitter feed sometimes.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. But yeah, I think up. I've got yeah, I've got plans for it. But I've got stop losses too. So
Yeah, no, I mean I started I mentioned in the Lemon Garden break room. Yeah, Bitcoin. I already started like a long term position. Like once we hit 19, well, once we hit like 20,000 and a little under a little under 20, I bought like my first bag that I'm gonna hodl for Bitcoin and a few other coins. I'll
oh,
continuously update that in the break room. Uh, but we just once if we get to those prices that I'm looking at, I'll let you guys know when I'm doing that. Oh man, is it not gonna
yeah,
hit that hourly level? Really? Yeah. Okay.
Really? Really?
Really? Are you making fun of me, Matt? What's up, bro? My South African brother over here.
I've just been silently listening to you guys in the background. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
yeah, man.
Oh, you sick cunt. How's it going on,
What a funny cunt.
mate? Hey, you funny cunt. Yeah. You know what I'm looking at, and I don't know if you guys do the same, but I always look at the DXY and how Bitcoin moves when
Absolutely.
DXY goes up, and it's kind of like it hit one of my resistance zones here at 106. Where is it? 106,902. Looks like we can come back down.
Yeah, Dixie is. I don't know where all my drawings went. Oh, I see where they went. Never mind. Here we are. I was like, where? Okay, yeah, Dixie's at a pre. It's at a resistance zone, but it's definitely battling the bottom of it. I'll post actually. Let me post a screenshot real quick of what I'm looking at on the Discord, so you guys see what I'm seeing. Because I don't know, you guys can't see this screen, right? You're only seeing the Solana one.
No, I can see the US.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can see it.
oh, perfect. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So I am. It is in a general zone. Whether it actually breaks up higher though. Um, I want to say no because I do believe the Federal Reserve is blinking and they're gonna stay dovish and we're gonna get some more backtracking from them until the next meeting, which is like in a month and a half or something. Come on, I cannot believe Solana did not go to that level.
Hmm.
Really? I was pretty
The
sure.
Dixie.
I was pretty sure it would. I may still close out at the value area low. Um, I may. I just have to see. Let me just take a quick look at Bitcoin. Um,
Bitcoin just is hovering.
yeah, I want to see. Let's go on the index. Yeah. So I'll just like reveal like my secret to day trading, essentially, to everyone who's watching, whether you're recorded or here live. I literally just look for up and down structures. That's it. Okay. So that's the general secret. There's more to it than that, but that like if I see something like this, I probably well in this context I do see it coming down lower, but I would be veering sort of bullish because I'm in the end of the day I'm a contrarian trader. Okay, so that's why you'll see me. That's why you'll see me start going like long when things are starting to kind of break down, and then start going short when things are starting to break up. Like I mentioned in the the group, the videos and stuff. Like I always like to kind of flow on the other side when retail's going the other direction. Yeah, I mean, I actually do see. Yeah, maybe I'll keep this. I'll keep this position open until 42,185, because that looks decent to possibly hit for this hourly level. If Bitcoin is gonna play out, it looks good to play out. Though this store structure, I love seeing descending structures like this as they're approaching some sort of support, and there's definitely support around here. And that's like that, yeah, like that. Okay, there's room for it to come lower, but as it gets towards like 23.5, which is what we were just talking about, I think you can get a nice long position into Bitcoin, and at least challenge the top of this structure. It's going to be around 24 at the time, maybe 23.8. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll see. Solana is fighting the bottom part of this rising structure for the most part, and this hourly support line right now. Let's see. Probably break out to right around here, 24.2, 24.3. Okay. And now we're fighting the VWAP. If Solana gets denied off the VWAP, like decisively, then that's a really strong sign that the selling is gonna come down. If it doesn't and it starts closing above it again, then look for more kind of like rangy action. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the VWAP, but it's a very good like indication. Though I will say I like it more in like stocks than rather than crypto, but it works fine in crypto too. The reason why I don't really like it in crypto is because some of the volumes are kind of I don't want to say fraudulent. They're just like shaky. Like some of them aren't as strong or as weak as they portray. Okay. And my bad if this is boring. There's one of the reasons why I was thinking about not doing this.
No, it's cool, man. Yeah, it's good to hear like live like what you're doing and stuff like that. How you do it. Yeah, it's like one of those things that like it opens that door to like just looking at charts all day if you like end up starting to day trade again.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, we have a lot of confidence in that area. Okay. Yeah, this POC is very strong. It's very strong. Let me pull another one here, quick.
The high-low pivots, I didn't know that existed. I'm like, that is so good.
Really?
Yeah, man. I look at the pivot. I have like I use the standard pivots, but it's like it's just it's just such a messy chart.
Yeah, yeah. I love high lows. I mean, I don't actually like when I'm not doing a video. I don't actually really use them. I always have them there, but they're off. Because my eyes can pretty much see the high lows at this point, but I do think they're great. Like they're great just to use if you want, but they're also a great teaching tool because it helps everyone see exactly the level you're looking at. They're so good, and again, they're also like they're good if you want just an indication to make sure you're seeing what you're seeing. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. But yeah, no, it's great. It's great. Everyone uses the standard pivot things like you said, so it gets outshined.
Yeah, it's just messy, but effective, super effective. But yeah, messy.
Oh yeah, very messy. I think if you're like a newer trader or you have trouble seeing like supports and resistance or something, seeing clusters like this is like, I think it's super helpful because this is just, I mean, clearly just a resistance level, the zone here, and eventually you'll, more you look at charts, eventually you'll just be able to see it. Eventually you'll be able to see the trend lines without drawing them. So, okay, my head is saying that this should probably break down, that we may actually get that rise still towards the hourly level. I still have it open. Yeah, I still have it open. Okay. Okay. Just make sure it's the right price. Oh, it's right here. I forgot. 43.78. Yeah. $500. Oh my gosh, so low.
Do you reckon you get the 47? What did you say? 43, 70, 780.
If I get that fill, if I get that fill, then next step, it's likely going to come a bit higher. If it does break, I will say if it does break past this node here, so you see this node right here. This is my thinking. If it hits my level 437A to fill the add-on, but it breaks past this level here, let me actually, let's highlight the, actually let's do a box real quick. Yeah, so we'll highlight this level real quick. So if it breaks past this level after the fill, which is around like 43.9295, then I will be, it's likely the trade's gonna fail. Okay, so that's when I would be looking to probably close out. So like the stop technically could go right around here. I do want to give, like, I like giving the trade some room. So when I I'm trading with $500, but I'm also trading with $500 that I can see get liquidated in the next minute. Okay, so I always tell people, it's like, you don't have to put a stop loss or target price immediately. You want to observe the candles, and the only way you can do that comfortably is by using money that you really could lose. Like, you're okay with losing, not just saying it. Like, you actually have to be okay with losing it. You have to, because if you can't give things enough room mentally, emotionally, to actually trade correctly. Again, that's another lesson I've learned over time. And because if I was like, let's say I was trading with $500 I couldn't lose, and I went completely in right here, I probably would have still held, but these wicks up would have made me really uncomfortable, right? Like really, really uncomfortable, especially that I'm on 10x. So it's like, it's like that would have been like very uncomfortable to see. But in this way, it's not that big a deal. Oops, sorry about that. So
Pretty comfortable now.
so far, yeah, now it's fighting. It's going to be fighting that zone. I'm just surprised. The probabilities were pretty high that it would get towards that hourly level, and then kind of wick off. I'll answer this question too. I had a question about how I'm calculating the probabilities of my trades. There's a few ways. One way, and this is the way I can't teach you, and it's the hardest way. It's actually just experience. So like actually trading the charts. I mentioned in my like how to make a trade log video. I actually log all my trades and I actually review them. I've done this for almost 10 years, and in those I have a ton of notes. and I'm a fucking maniac. I've jotted down all my like a ton of my structures, like why I took positions, what structure I was looking at, and I was able to calculate over a period of almost 10 years what certain structures would, what the probabilities were over that time of succeeding and failing. That's one way I have my probabilities set up. Another way is also I would study Dow trend theory. So when you Dow trend theory, simply put, pretty much teaches you about market structures in trend and pre-trend, and you can kind of get a good idea of what sort of price action you're looking at before some sort of pivot change in a trend. And that'll give you some probabilities as well. And I guess you can go on Investopedia. They do. People like to make fun of like the triangles don't work and all this stuff. They do work. You just need to know the context of price action. I tell people that's the most important thing. Like I said, I look for up structures when you're in a downtrend market, right? Whether that's in the short term, long term, midterm, whatever. I look for these up structures in that sort of environment because it's more likely they're going to break down bearish, and then vice versa for a bullish market or bull structure. Yeah, and that's essentially it. So I didn't close out here. I don't think it's tempting. It's tempting. I want to see how this candle closes. I do think we get another shot at this level. So we'll give it some time. Let me check the 1 minute real quick. A 1 minute showing that it'll probably come back. If it's gonna hold, okay, it's likely gonna come back to 43.2. Whether it comes down here again or not, and then we'll see if if this level holds as resistance. I'm not sure. You know what? Actually, let me just see. There we go. We'll measure the 1 minute trends via this way. Can you see my Bybit screen right now? I mean, you should be able to.
It's just not that clear, that's all.
Oh, really?
You can see it,
Okay.
but it's like, yeah.
Oh, it's like the quality's bad?
I think it's because it's a very dark screen anyway.
Oh, the fuck? Maybe I
You
can
can see
change
it,
that.
like,
Alright.
yeah.
I'll see if I could change that in like the editor or something. I'm a total noob when it comes to all this crap, so.
Maybe,
only blurred out when you move your mouse.
and you go settings and you make it like into a light, like I think you can make it light. You can change the background into like white.
Oh, for Bybit.
Maybe that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, right click, then settings, and then appearance.
The
It's pretty cool how they've got all the trading view stuff in Bybit. That's mad.
Yeah, I know, right? I wish other exchanges would adopt their sort of template. Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
How does that look better?
Yeah, way better, dude.
Okay.
That's
All right. Yeah.
You're in the money. $18.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, $18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice for dinner. And it's alright.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot. I forgot what it's like trading this sort of size. Alright, I'll keep this open for now. I am tempted to... let me see the 1 minute. It may not even... No, it's going to come lower. It's likely going to come lower. I think I just have to be patient. We'll see.
Yeah, it just needs to hit that 43.2 and then just nuke.
Maybe. I mean, it could come, honestly, it could just come, it could break through this 1 minute, like, descending trend line and come all the way back up towards this level here, test, and maybe even all the way back up here. It happens. I'll probably keep it open either way, and then curl over. It could even come all the way back up to here. That would be a really ugly structure, and probably would mean that it'll come up to here, then come down and stop right around here. And I'd still be in profit though, so I'd probably close around there. Yeah, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. If it's gonna get denied here, then it'll keep the 1 minute, this 1 minute trend line, probably all the way down towards around here, 42.6 or 42.5. I may close out right there, if we get there. I don't really need to wait for this level. So just like my swing trades, I do like to close out fairly early, where I see a level that is likely going to hold or cause like some sort of resistance or something. 42.7.
You like smash it. You get like 21%.
Sometimes I'll get like 5% though.
Take that to the
Trader's reality
I feel like
indicator.
longing here.
I find it quite nice for using a train view for count. Pop it onto make your thing. All right, Frumpy. I'll check out that indicator as I finish out this trade. Okay, I do see this trade finishing in about like, I want to say 15 minutes. Should be about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, or maybe I'm wrong. It's just gonna fucking destroy my position. We'll see. What were you saying, Matt? You say you feel like longing here?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna long here. I'm just checking on the DXY. If we break down below this 1 point, because I've got a bit of a line here, and it seems to have rejected at that 106.9. And usually we see a little. Well, I usually base some of my trades on that. So yeah. Well,
Okay. Are you trading Sol? Or are you looking like at Bitcoin or Ethereum or something?
yeah, I'm looking at Bitcoin at the moment, but
Okay.
with Sol, what I've noticed with Sol and Bitcoin, yeah, Sol usually goes a little bit wilder when Bitcoin does those like 1 or 2% moves.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of the reasons why I like to trade it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
definitely super volatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I focus on I like to focus on like 1 maybe 2 cryptos I trade, and that's it. But I look at everything else for day trading specifically.
Yeah.
Swing trade, swing them all.
I've just been looking at trading Bitcoin, to be honest. Everything else is like, oh man, oh mine. Yeah.
Going to be.
uh,
There's some coins that are easier to trade than others. Like I think Sol's hard to trade. I don't know. It's just like bogey coin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, after that bogey coin, mine's Sol. Like I almost never win a trade on it.
What about what about Avalanche? I actually trade Avalanche really well.
32K. Since then, I was like, I always wanted to
Oh,
trade.
oh man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know that you had such trauma with this one.
Well, it made me a lot of money and it's lost me a lot of money. Like it's we've got a love-hate relationship.
Oh shit.
I did the soul trade that you called, and that was awesome. I got
Uh,
some pretty good money out of that.
that was
Yeah,
that was actually a risky one.
what
That was a risky trade.
20 grand. I don't know. Yeah, I did pretty good.
Oh man, I'm happy for you. Yeah, that was a risky trade. That trade, I was like, I'm not gonna add on to it.
You're telling me.
Yeah, I was saying like I was for sure not gonna add on to it if it lost that. I mentioned in one of the videos that rising trend line it was on. If it lost that, I was pretty sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna close it out on a loss. I was not interested in adding on to that one because that, if I remember, Soul had like no major support until like $22 or something. So I was like, I'm not gonna fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not-
You know,
What
oh,
about a medic?
nice.
Though?
Hold on, let me pull this out. Might be. I'm looking to close out. I'm looking to close out possibly. Maybe. Let's see. It's interesting.
like 40, 80.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be patient because I do want to give it some room because this does look good to come up some like lower towards 42.7 possibly. But for the first day of day trade, I've not day traded in like couple months, so I do want to make sure I just kind of slowly get back into the swing of it.
Yeah.
That looks.
Check out
looks good.
medic.
Okay, I'll check that out. I'm gonna close out now. It probably will come towards my actual target, but I'm gonna take it now. So I'm gonna bank it around like 10%, maybe a little under. Let's see.
Medic.
If it's gonna fucking do it. I don't know what's going on. Why I'm lagging, or is it Bybit? It's either me or Bybit. Okay. Let me close out that.
Medic could be a decent little short. A medic.
What is going on?
Medic.
Maybe it's because I'm recording. I'm not sure. All right,
Yeah,
so
it might be.
yeah. All right, so I made $25 off 500.
That's pretty good.
That's decent. I'll see. If there's any. We pretty much took the close at the value area low here. So if I see another entry, maybe I'll pop in there. We'll see. So I'm gonna spend like probably the next half hour looking at the stuff you guys suggest. But before I look at Matic, I told actually I'll keep this. I'm just going Bitcoin. I'm gonna look at what Frompy suggested real quick. That he said it's like a free indicator or something. Let me see.
Yeah, man, it's called Trader's Reality.
Trader's Reality.
Sounds like
Oh.
a
Fine. It's like 23,860. God damn it.
Let's see here.
Is it that Pesho core one?
Trader's Reality. So this one, the Infernix, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna.
Sure.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see, what is this? Okay, so it's a trend trading system. I can already tell it's a trend trading system. I think we have a couple moving averages here and a cloud.
Correct. Yeah, the reason I find it nice is because you only get 3 slots on the free trading view, and this has the 5, the 15, the 50 with
Gotcha.
Bollinger Bands, the 200 and the 800 EMAs, along with there's another add-on you can download that puts volume across the cloud.
I see. No, that's cool. Yeah, so pretty much just bundling a bunch of stuff together, and does it let you? Okay, so it does let you kind of customize like what you want to see, what you don't. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right. Like I said, it only takes up 1 of your 3 slots. So.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about TradingView. You can really just kind of get around the paywall stuff if you don't want to pay for it. Interesting. Right. I do like that they do the week high and week low. Do they do daily?
Yeah, there's a couple of add-ons that
Oh, they
that,
do.
that you
Oh.
download that don't cover up any slots. If you go to tradersreality.com or whatever it is, but you don't have to do all that.
Okay, and they do the.
But it marks
sessions.
the open, the New York session, the Asia session, the Europe session, the London session.
I
all
like that. Yeah. So I mean, this would be great in Forex. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Forex. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's modeled after one of theirs.
Okay. No, this is cool. Okay, this is actually a pretty cool system. Just like I tell everyone, with trend trading systems, you just have to remember it's like you're gonna have a lower win rate, but your wins will be absolutely incredible, right? So you have to be somewhat patient with the losses, and then just continuously be a robot and just hop in every time your system tells you to get in. Every time, every time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I went over with the Ichimoku video I just did, because in the end of the day, that's a trend trading system. All these systems can really work extremely well. The most important thing is your money management, because you do have to make sure you can withstand the losing that will come. And the way trend trading systems work, a good one, you're gonna have like anywhere from like a 46 to 51, 52% win rate. That's a good one. You don't really need anything better than that, because your wins will be like your wins will dwarf your losses by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent, depending on what time frame you're trading. I will say, in my opinion, from my experience, all trend trading systems do best on the daily and higher. Going lower is a little bit more difficult, depending on the system. EMAs, their issue with going lower is you get a lot more chop, and then Ichimoku, you come in too slow for those time frames. So you have to try to find that balance. But for this looks like it's predominantly focused on the EMAs, and then you have a nice cloud. I love EMA clouds, by the way. They're always fun to look at. But in this situation, this probably kills on the daily. You'll probably have like half your trades might lose, but your winners will be 30, 40, 50, 60%. Yeah, like monster trade. Like I say, like trend traders get addicted. Like you'll start as a trend trader. You'll have one good trade that makes you 80%, and boom, you're a trend trader for life. Like it's gonna be so hard to you'll be like, nope, I can't be anything else. I made 80% in 20 days. I can't do anything else. That's why
110, 115% of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like one of my good friends who, he's not a big trader even today, but he was not a trader at all. He bought Tesla. He started using the EMA cloud or EMA ribbon. My bad, EMA ribbon. And he bought Tesla right before it started ripping to like $2,000. He's convinced he'll do nothing else. Like that's all whenever the EMA ribbon tells him to buy on the daily, he just does it. If it loses him money, he doesn't care. Yeah, and it made
sold
him.
On it.
Oh, he killed on that trade. He made life-changing trade for him. And
wow.
Yeah, I mean, this will probably do fairly well. I do like.
Thanks
for
checking it out, man.
Yeah, no, this is cool. This is pretty unique. Having the actual week high and low posted on the chart. That's actually I don't think I've actually seen that.
It's got a ton of little things like that. It's got your the weekly high, weekly low, monthly, all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
it's got a ton of different things.
No, thanks for sharing this. And if you're watching this recording, anyone, check it out. Traders Reality. Just remember, the key is money management, and then it will probably work wonders for you.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks again, man.
You got it. And I think Mr. Nasty talked about Matic, so we'll take a quick look at that. See what's going on with Matic here.
Matic.
I'll take a look on Bybit. And let's see. Oh, this was one of my Ichimoku trades, I think, that I posted in the Telegram. I'll just take this off, though. Let's see. Matic is one I actually avoid like day trading as well, because just like Mike mentioned, I don't have really good a good track record with Polygon at all. This is interesting. Yeah, this is why I don't like Trainmatic. It's so, talk about something that swings like I'll just say this. It's like, if you can catch, like, if you have a good head for Matic, you're probably making a lot. It's one of those things that swings in a way that it just doesn't jive with me. Yeah, like this would have beat the shit out of me right here. This would have beat the shit out of me. It actually is not in a. At least I don't think it's in a pretty bad place to start looking to possibly get into a position. Because it did break, so kind of like I painted in Bitcoin, like it's breaking. It's in like a descending sort of structure, so you can draw it from this trend line, from this pivot right here. Actually, let me turn on the pivots real quick. So you could turn it like from this pivot here, or you could just ignore that and kind of look at like the horizontal support, sort of like this, something like that. It's interesting. I will say, like, in a vacuum, this would be interesting to possibly start a position, but Bitcoin to me looks like it's going to come lower, so I do see this probably coming lower. On the short term, it's getting near a bounce area. So from 93.60 to 92.90, 96, it will probably bounce back towards 95. So if you're looking for like a position, I target this area here. Just keep your eye on Bitcoin, but this would be the area I'd be looking for, because this is it's kind of drifting lower, but it is a range still. In the end of the day, this is just a boxed range. So you want to keep in mind that as long as this holds and then this holds, nothing really matters here. Okay, this move, this would have been a great move to possibly go short. I want to see if I would have went short here. I probably wouldn't have, though. The VWAP was there. Let's see. If I'm honest with myself, I probably wouldn't have. It depends on how this looked. Let's see.
Sorry, just quick. VWAP, where would you want it to be to go into what position?
So VWAP, I don't really use the VWAP for initiating positions too much. So the way I look at VWAP is the deviation away from it. So I don't have it on, but you can turn on like the deviations. So let me just show you real quick. So the standard deviation. So here's the lower standard deviation, and then here's the upper one. You could do that if you want. I don't really do that. What I'm looking for the VWAP is two things. I'm looking to see how far away price is from it, whether it's up or down. The farther away it is from it, the more likely that you're going to have a pullback towards it again. Okay, because the VWAP is kind of like a magnet for the average price of the current market. So you kind of want to keep that in mind. But another thing is also, you do want to keep in mind its shape. So if it's too flat, you're likely gonna get price action flowing in and around it, which is fine. If you could recognize that, then you want to probably target around the area it's at, or you want to be able to target the next major support or resistance area. If you're really far away from it like this, so you see how price, pretty much it opened up here yesterday, then it broke through, and then boom, it just sold off, came back, tested it, and then broke down. Some people would have taken this short. I don't really personally trade that way. I would have taken it short right here. Okay, so I would have taken it short down here, most likely, maybe even right here. Okay, and then I would have been right, and price would have come down. I would have looked to close out somewhere around, maybe even on this candle, who knows, depending on what levels I was looking at. But once we get towards here and I see the VWAP starting to kind of even out, I'm definitely going to be more interested in looking to go long rather than short, unless other things are telling me otherwise. But just looking at the VWAP, this is where you want to be like, We might be getting to the point where we're gonna come back. But I don't just look at the VWAP that way. Like I look at the VWAP those two ways, but I look at other things. So something else might have told me not to go long here, so I wouldn't have. The price action for sure wasn't not to my liking to go long, at least. So I probably wouldn't have. Yeah, value area low. Matic may come back up towards the VWAP, which kind of correlates with this low pivot here at 95. So you do want to see that. So you want to see you want to get as much confluence at certain levels, and that gives you a good indication of, price will probably get back there or have an interaction there. That's another thing. You always want to look for confluence. Okay. Oh. No, I guess I opened up the Discord. And I'm like, oh, Frompy's showing me something colorful here. All right. This is what Treasury Reality looks like with a couple things from the website. Oh, okay, so yeah, they do have the volume profile as well. And is that order block? Let me see. It looks like order blocks and yeah. Interesting. Okay, so they're pretty much they mainly focus on volume and trend trading, which that's interesting. I wonder how this will do on crypto.
Just a couple of things to get from their website, so it looks pretty good.
Have you used it on crypto for a long time?
Not for a long time, no. Okay. I just kind of learned the system recently.
Yeah, I can see like this. It will work very well in Forex, because I used to trade Forex mainly for a while, and this system would work fairly well for Forex. I will say the volumes though won't work on Forex. That volume profile. Yeah, I don't know why. I tell people volume in Forex is not to be. I mean, I shouldn't. Like, it's the volume at prices in Forex is like it's not. I don't find it to be correct. It doesn't work that way because of the nature of the Forex markets. Like, the whole idea is that market makers they're trading to move money to a specific place. So, like, one day you could have a billionaire go to, I don't know, they can go to like Goldman or something and say, hey, I'm gonna have a land deal over in Uganda. I need these dollars to turn into Ugandan, whatever the currency is right now. Okay, so you'll have like $1 billion just flow from the dollar into Ugandan and change the whole fucking world. So it can get crazy sometimes. This will probably work on Euro USD. It'll probably work on fairly well, because it's very rare when Euro USD has big changes like that. But the trending portion of the indicator will probably work extremely well in Forex, because man, if you get a trend trade in Forex, you're going to be in that trade for like maybe months, and you'll probably make a ton.
It's gonna go.
Yeah. If you're looking to trade Forex, some of the best trading pairs are the JPYs for trend trading. I mean, the Japanese yen, fucking that thing trends like crazy. Okay.
It's been headed up, hasn't it? I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, I'm sure that thing is always freaking trending. All right, let me go back to SOL, because we made our money on that. Let's see if there's another trade coming that we can maybe take another position. So okay, so good thing we closed out at that value area low, because it's bouncing from there. And actually, let me extend this out, because it looks like it needs to be extended out. And then I might open up short again if it can extend out towards the VWAP, and mainly this ascending trend line here. This one, not so much. I'm not too interested in that one. I might get rid of that one. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Because I do see this wick getting mostly filled completely, or at least coming down to that original area I was telling you about, that next hourly support line. And it's that simple. Just I'm just going to be looking for an up structure to try and to possibly get into another position. And we made what, $25? Yeah, $25. God, the white background fucking kills my eyes. Okay.
It looks like the DXY is broken down from like a rising wedge, so I'm not sure if we just like keep going up from here. I don't know.
Bouncing on that.
Bitcoin's just chilling. I don't know. There's support as well, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me
Is that what
see.
you're looking at?
Yeah, that's kind
On the
of
4 hour, it looked pretty like, oh, fair enough.
Oh, look, it almost came. It's coming down towards the level I drew.
Yeah.
Like that descending.
That yellow line, I think.
See, the power of trend lines.
They're so good, aren't they?
They really are. When you actually understand it, it actually, trading's never easy, but damn, does it make it like, you understand what's happening. Even if you're wrong, you'll understand what's happening.
If the yellow line goes, I just posted in the thing. I think that's like the sign that we just do that short squeeze that you called earlier.
Yeah, that looks good. Looks good. We'll see.
Would you go? Could you do a favor and look at seller if you would ever long that?
Is that
That middle logo.
Oh, that's the one you posted. I took a position in that when you mentioned it a while ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, you should have done pretty well. I think you'd be like 40%, 50%.
Yeah. No, I didn't close it out fully, but I took a good chunk out. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. What about now for because it's like it just hit the diagonal thing, the diagonal support, so it could be okay for day trade thingy, because it's like the only thing that's green today.
What time frame are you looking at specifically? Like,
I'm on the 4 hour,
Okay.
but like on the 1 hour, like it's just. Yeah, it looks like it hit support and stuff, and it's on Bybit, so I thought it could be.
oh, it's on Bybit. Let me hold on.
Oh, dude, yeah. But yeah, thanks for that.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Oh man, this was a perfect short entry. This would have been a great short entry. Okay. Let me just see. I mean, I would have closed out the short already, but
Yeah, see, I bought it on that little wick thing there today. Bought it back. But I think I made like 60% or something stupid on it.
okay. Oh, I see what we're doing. Okay. We're going in. So here's a little quick tip, guys. You ever see this? So you'll have. It's kind of like a fan of trend lines. This is usually a sign of the end of a trend. So there's a little quick tip. So if you ever see something like this where you look at the next, like, so let's say you go from the bottom pivot here. The reason why you want to go from this pivot rather than like this one, you can do this one, but you're only connecting this bottom pivot to this one. It's not really relevant for what we're looking at right now. This will become relevant once this trend line is potentially lost, okay? So, but you want to look at this pivot because from this pivot you had a high and then you had another high. You didn't really actually have an established lower pivot. Then you had a low pivot, and then you actually had a higher high pivot and then a lower low pivot. So you want to go from this one because the lower low from this, and then from here draw the trend line from the next low pivot, go there, and then the next low pivot from here to here, okay? And you're going to get this sort of fan thing. This usually means it's going to, as time goes on, you're going to see a structure that either starts to become a broadening sort of wedge structure, like a microphone structure, which, and if it's rising, usually always means it goes down. Okay, it's like the percentages are really high. It's like a 68% probability that like microphones or broadening wedges, whatever you want to call them, those structures usually play out pretty constantly. The reason why they do play out most of the time is a lot of people get destroyed inside of them. So the forces that are moving the market can get a lot of liquidity and to push it to the direction they want. And when it's rising, it's always going down. Okay, so watch if this confirms. So if this engulfs this candle here, we're probably going to come down and then bounce like that for a while. And let me just see. So the day trading here. Let's see here. Let's draw this here. Okay. So hourly. I mean, damn, it came to this wick and then this wick here. Oh, this would have been a great short area right here. A lot of confluence. Let's see in the 5 minute here. Sitting on the VWAP. Okay, sitting on the VWAP. We are probably going to see go up. We're probably going to see it go up if it can break. So there's like a short-term trend line right here. So from this high here to this high here, it's like a little short-term trend line. If it can break that, we'll probably see it rise back towards this trend line here. If it does break lower, which it may, it's hard with this one because the volumes are kind of low. I can tell just from how the candles are. The POC will be a point of interest, but it probably will break through the POC and come straight down towards this level here at 247 and then the value area low. Let me just see how it looks. That's probably, and then if it breaks this low, I mean, then it'll just come down to the bottom of the to this rising trend line here. But just take a look. I mean, you have a couple things here though. So you have a low rising trend line here. So you can maybe see, again, this kind of correlates with the POC possibly holding. And then you also had an indication that, hey, you probably want to get out of this, it's going to break down because you had this level loss. So you could do it from here. You could have done it from here, like here. Hold on. Friggin' magnet. Okay, there we go. Right here. So you have a few things where it was showing that it was probably going to break down, but again, the breakdown's it's not too bearish. I do see it trying to attack this one more time, and then if it fails off of here, then this trend line is going to play the role of support, and that will eventually break down, going towards the level that we have printed already. So this bottom level here. So we'll see. Sure. We'll see, but it probably will kind of bounce around here, so you'll get some upside for sure, I think, and then it could always just hold the level. I mean, it doesn't have to break down from here and go here. There's times where this will just hold as a trend for quite a long time, even though it is technically a broadening pattern. It just depends on the time frame you're looking at. The daily, let's see on the daily, it's actually much smaller structure. Daily, see, and this is where it, in my opinion, is where you get the cool thing about trend lines is the confluence. So let's do from here to here. So this is where if it loses that level in the 4 hour, it'll probably come to this daily level here, this general zone. I didn't draw it perfectly, which depending on how long it takes might correlate with this trend line down here. So we just have to wait and see how long, if this happens, how long this takes. And if Bitcoin has a retracement, which is possible, back towards that 23.5 area, I don't know how much. I have to study seller to see how much it moves percentage-wise compared to Bitcoin. If it's very dramatic, it can probably do this move very quickly. If it doesn't move that much, then I'm not sure.
1 to 4, 1 to 5%. Like you can do 12% in a day really easily.
Okay.
Bitcoin does 2.5% down.
Oh yeah, so you might. I mean, hey, you might get this. You might get this move in like a day or two if that happens, right? Like it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to these altcoins, especially ones that have like lower volumes, yeah, you could probably. I mean, you could possibly do it. So Interesting. If it comes back to this level and holds, it's actually very bullish, by the way.
That's cool.
Yeah, like that's what you want to see. I must have charted this at some point. I don't know what the hell this is though. Ugh. All right, back to Sol. See if I can possibly get another trade before I head out of here.
Easy.
Get along. Get along.
Lord Zura, can you make David best trader around? I have no idea.
Hell.
I mean, David might be the best trader already. Okay, I'm definitely lagging because I'm recording. Okay. And man, you can do it, Soul. So ideally, what I want to see, for me to get into another position, I want to see Soul finding some sort of base around the value area low here, 4280, and then trying to break through 43,195 again. And I'm lagging like a motherfucker right now. Yeah. The play might have been to go short to start a position at 43,195 though. All right. I think that's it. Cause I don't think I'm gonna get another position that I want in Solana. So I'm gonna head out, guys. Thanks for thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me. And yeah, I'm gonna do this pretty much every weekday, for like next 2 weeks or so. So if you want to stop by during that time, you feel free. I can't promise I'll do it on the weekends, but if I have time, I'll definitely take a look at the markets during that time. If you're free, then I'll be here, and hopefully we can make some money together, or you can just have a good time.
Hey, cool, Dan. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We're looking forward to it.
Oh, no problem. All right.
All right, man. Later.
Later. Take care, everyone.